right, we are picking back up out our solar cookers. This is the cake, which was the last thing to go out, and I had a timer on the cake. It's been out just short of an hour. So I think the first thing was maybe half hour before the cake. We've had things out between hour and a half and an hour, and it's about time to turn the ones that have been out the longest. This one at one point was running very close to 400 degrees. It's dropped off to 350. It's a little behind the sun now. If you go behind it, you'll see there's more shadow on the left and less shadow on the right. Some of this is a little different where Camille lives. He's right on the equator. It changes some things. But we're far north, so we're going to move the little rock that keeps it from turning. It's on a turntable. I'm going to turn it until there is more shadow on the right. And as you do it, you kind of get used to how much more shadow it needs to have. There we go. That's good. Yep, that's more on the right than on the left. So the sun will sweep across the top of our pot. Put our rock stick. Okay, put our rocks back so if the wind catches it, it won't turn. And now I think I've already done this once. This one has been cooking the longest. This is 3 beets, one of which is quite a large beet that we're trying to get done all the way through tender. So I'm going to turn it front to back again. Okay, right now it's running over 350, probably about 360 Fahrenheit, which is about 100 probably about 185 or 180 degrees centigrade. In cooking ranges, you can kind of cut it in half. It doesn't work in the other ranges, but in cooking ranges, you can kind of cut it in half, Fahrenheit to centigrade. So you can see this has turned quite a bit. That's all the fussing it needed. It didn't need us to be making constant adjustments. And then we will check this one. This is our pie. Oh, look, we have lots of steam. Steam is good. Yeah. Now I'm going to very carefully turn this pie front to back too, and just feeling it'll let me know how done it is. Get one more pot holder so Cameron can help a little. Yeah. Maybe I can use a stick to drop it. We'll see. Okay, here we go. Now I'm just going to open the bottom clips, and you're going to help hold it open a little bit. I'm not sure if this will work better or the stick, but there will be steam. Yeah. Let me undo these little clips. If you're careful, you can just undo the bottom and not take the whole lid off, and that way you are conserving more of your heat. You always want to lose as little heat as possible. So we lift this up a little bit, and now at the corner, and watch for the steam. We just want to hold it up a little so I can reach in. You're holding, no, you hold up. Hold up, and I will get in here and turn this pan around. And also feel, I'm going to take it out for just a second, kind of. It feels like it's getting pretty firm in there. We're almost ready for lunch, I think. Yeah. Pretty soon we'll go in and set the table. Oh, just a minute more. Yeah. There we go. Okay, that's turned around. Now we drop this. Put the clips back on. Yeah. Yeah, I sure hope that the organization that makes these sport ovens can get back on their feet and start making them again. Yeah. It really is a very, very nice oven. And you can put 2 pans side by side in it, and we could actually be baking, you know, a loaf of bread in with that quiche thing. Garden pie. I also wish they had a clip that was a little easier, but there we go. There we go. Can you get this one, Camille? See down here? You gotta pull that up. Yeah, the clip. Oh, see the clip? Yeah, let's see if you can get that too. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Okay. Check the back clips, make sure they stayed on. Okay, we're good. Okay, now back here you can really see it. We've got a bunch of shadow here. No shadow here. The shadows are slanted, so we're going to turn this a bunch. Turn this. Turn it. There we go. Okay, a little bit more even. Yep, now we have a little more shadow on the right. And it's pointing approximately the direction of this one. Then we will do our cornbread. That went in up next after that. And this one, it's you have to look a little more because it's kind of a big bag, but we do have steam in the corner of the bag. Like that. That's steam will. Oh yeah, you can feel it. If you get a little drop of that water down, you can kind of see it sizzle just a little bit on the pan. Now these don't run quite as hot as bowls and baskets. I really encourage people to just look in your attic, look in your basement, look in your garage. Every culture all around the world has a tub, a basket, a kettle, a basin. We have big round containers. Line it with foil. Get some paperboard. You could piece this together out of packaging from cereal, from pop. You can get, there's paperboard. A lot of places have paperboard. Easy, easy. But even this little roasting pan will do a good job. So we just turned our cornbread front to back. It's running a nice steady 250, which is very good for cornbread. When cornbread cooks slow, it really brings out the flavor. That sweet taste that maize has really comes out. Here we call it corn, in Kenya it's maize, but it's the same plant. We do the same things with it. Okay, and this one again, you really can see the slant. Rodney, could you hand me my camera, or Camilla, could you get the camera? Give it to me. I want to get a little picture of how this slants, because it's a good illustration of how that shadow is when you need to turn your cooker. Get my little toes out of it. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, you can hold that for put your wrist through, then it won't drop by accident. There you go. Yeah. Then it won't fall by accident. Okay, now we're going to turn this and put that shadow on the other side. I might even take a picture of that in a minute. And now they're all going to run hotter because we just turned them. Let me take a picture of the shadow going the other way too. That's good. And people can see. Now we do this. So I'm going to stick up a little. There we go. Yeah, a couple times I almost dropped it, and now I was put my wrist through. Okay, and we'll turn the cake last. It doesn't need quite as much turning because it went out later, but it does need to be turned. And let's see, I think first I will turn it front to back. It bakes a little more evenly. You can see we've got a lot of steam here. Cooking is definitely taking place. And with these little clips, it kind of makes it easy to see when we've turned it enough. So. And always keep it far back in the cooker. Your heat is far back in the cooker. Okay, and now we're not going to turn the whole tire. The tire is here to help me tilt the bowl a little bit, and at some point we should get a little close-up. Shows how we use that old microwave plate to make a leveling tray. You could also do things with wire. If you're creative with wire, you can make a tray. So we're just going, I think I'll have to do that from the front. We're just turning the bowl. We're not turning the tire. Just turning the bowl. Keeping that slant. And tires are, when you can get tires, they're great. I love this, that I can work at a convenient height.
Yeah.
We use tires a lot in our garden, in our cooking. That's great. We rock back on it to make sure it stays in place. Look at the shadow. Okay, just a little bit more. There we go. And now our cookers are all adjusted. And I think the pie is just about done, and the cornbread is probably just about done. We'll go in and get some plates out, set the table. Pretty soon we'll share a nice meal.
Yeah.
And that's all. There's a very little time to be in the sun to do this much cooking. You know, most of the time we were in the house where it was cool. Or picking cherries.
Okay.